Hi guys. So, of course, tonight the same thing happens that happens a few times where I start to think of a question and I get anxious and I really need to know. And one person mentioned something about Obama in the comments. And since I had done Hillary, I thought I have to know. And when I hear, I try to stay away from the news and then I go back to the news and I hear all the Jeff Sessions stuff. It makes you a little bit anxious. So I decided to do a reading about Obama. And at first, I did a reading and I didn't do a video. It's like a sort of very broad reading. And I thought, you know what? He's not in the government now. It has to be really focused. And I'm doing something that I normally would avoid, which is to ask a very specific, of course, I ask a specific question, but this question is about something kind of, I don't want to say far out, but it's something many people have been saying online that Obama's going to come back, that that the investigation is going to conclude, and he's going to come back just until we have some other special election. Because I did the readings for Hillary, and in those readings, I got the feeling, not the feeling, that I got cards that would suggest that maybe either March or April there's going to be some sort of a new election or something like that. Okay. And again, I don't want everybody to think that this is truth. I'm just reading what I see. And again, it's not some sort of prophecy or anything like that, okay? I just feel like everybody else, I just want to know. And I thought to myself, I was thinking earlier today, what if none of this is true? Then I thought, well, I got a couple of things right so far and I've just started, so it's possible that it could also be true, some of it at least, right? And then I thought, you know what, even if it turns out that it doesn't quite happen exactly this way, at least it's a positive outcome. And I think I need a positive outcome, and I think everybody else needs a positive outcome too. So I thought I'm going to do it anyway, because I think I avoid controversial questions or questions that are too, I don't know, not specific, but something like this, that it seems so wild. So I went ahead and I asked the question, right, that I was going to do. Like I said, I'm doing a reading on Obama, and I decided to just answer the question that the person had posed to me earlier, which was, is Obama coming back to the government in some role right after once the investigation concludes, not as the same president or anything, but just, is he going to come back into the government after once this investigation concludes? So it's possible. I'll tell you the cards. It looks like it could definitely happen, and I'll show you what I did. This time I did a sort of compact reading because I don't want to give myself too many options, if you know what I mean, right? So, oh no, this could happen. So let's look at the question and the issue. And I thought I can also ask more questions about Miller. What is Miller? What is he? Will he ask anything of Obama? So, those kinds of things. But right now, I want to do just a small compact reading and share with you, okay? All right, so getting right straight to it, the reading starts with Illusions card and then the Sun. So what this tells very directly is the illusions are exposed. Hermit upside down, a man who's crazy and lives in a world of solitary fantasy, sort of paranoia, basically, sort of a paranoid person. And a man here. So what I actually, as soon as I saw this, I thought, oh, this is one person, this is another. This card, I strongly believe this, would not have come up for this person because it's these are two different people, and I believe this is probably the current president, and I do think this is Obama since I asked about him. So what I believe is that what it says here is the lies are exposed, the psychotic, paranoid man is going away to be not replaced is not the right word, but and this person's coming, the gentleman. You know, it's so funny that the gentleman card I don't think it, if I can recall correctly, I don't think it has ever come up for Trump. He's never a gentleman. Okay, so it's funny that Obama, the first card for him is gentleman. Obama, President Obama. I don't want to talk too much about Obama because it's kind of sad to think about it, right? Remember when we had a president who cared, who had a heart, right? Who did his job? Wasn't that nice? Anyway, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it very much. I'm just going to talk about the reading. Okay, all right. So now we have, going to the background of the reading, we get Scythe and we get Page of Swords. So what I get here is some sort of, is the, not exactly bully, but the wise ass dude gets cut. It's like a child, okay? And this is key. This is important because I feel that this is something related to money, wrongful money situations. Maybe he was cut because of they found more money evidence. Okay, so this is this is important. This is a very important row. There are 5 rows. This is the first row. Oh my God, I make this mistake constantly. It's a column, 5 columns and 2 rows. This is the first column. Okay, so the first column is saying the key is this removal of a person and an attitude also, right? This is a Page of Swords, so it's the combative, wise-ass kid or whatever. And then here we have a key or some sort of financial malfeasance, okay? So these 2 cards I think are very strong and powerful to me. One means that there's going to be a cut, and this cut is very important to the question and to the reading, okay? And then right next to it, oh, this is nice, okay. Right next to this cut, what do we have? We have a party. Holiday, celebrate. We're going to celebrate impeachment parties all over the country. It's not even impeachment. It's a scythe party. Whatever. Heads a rolling party. Okay, this is for the first time I see this card. Is it the first time? I think it is. Upright? Yes, I think it is. People celebrating. Positive change in the air. New phase. Positive. It's something much better has come. And what is it? What is it? In the middle of the night, the dog comes. Our old friend is here. Oh, everybody's happy. Everybody's celebrating. There's a positive change. I'm like, I can't believe this is ever going to happen. But anyway, so yes, there's going to be a celebration, positive change. In the middle of the night comes the friend, superhero. Okay, who's that? Who's the superhero? Mr. O is a man, loyal, friendly man you could trust. Okay, I'm almost like my eyes are watering. Oh my God, can you imagine? It seems such a far away idea. Okay, so this is the friends coming back. And I'll just show you here the connection that this positive change, celebration created this, is a result of the lies, basically illusions being exposed. Okay? All right. So right after, this is interesting. Oh my God, it's so funny because I thought to myself, I don't want to know. How do I know? It's ridiculous to make these sort of assumptions and so forth. But now that I'm really, of course, I'm looking at it even more, it's I can't deny what it's saying. Okay, so, and let me do this. Usually I do column by column, but this is just very striking. I want to show you at once. So like I said, illusions are exposed. And this is a card, like I said before, I've mentioned this a couple times. When I first started doing these readings, I did some research on the tarot cards that represent prison. This is one of them. So right next to it, it's prison. Well, who or what goes to prison? The people involved in the Russia thing. Okay, so it's an imprisonment related to the Russia thing. And it's, underneath. I'm not going to talk about this one right now, but just going to show you quickly these 3 cards together. Okay. This here is the election. The ends with the election. So It's saying that the illusions are exposed, people go to jail because, and they also expose the foreign government influence, and this is bullying. The bullying that in a way colored the election. Okay. All right, so this is the top. And then at the bottom, again, I'm doing this just because I see these lines of, these narrative lines very quickly. Okay, so like I said, the paranoids, I was going to say paranoid schizophrenic, no, but paranoid man is replaced by there's somebody else comes along. Okay, it looks like it could be Obama, and the fool upside down, which means an actual fool, which it would be an apt description of the current president. And then here, okay, I'll just put these together because it's so beautiful. Okay, so the bear card, I know some people have mentioned that it looks like Russia, it's the symbol of Russia, I know that, but I don't think it, right, this one I don't think it's, I'll tell you why. So it's showing this man, right, and this card is related, it's a finances card and the card of the boss. There are several cards that relate to jobs, but this is if a person has a job, this means this is the top person, the boss. So the boss man goes to the house. I'm so happy. Can you imagine if it happened? So here's the man, he's the boss. He goes to the house. He's making plans. Okay, so this is, I think it's saying that the Obama, Mr. Obama could be going to the White House after this, the cut, right? So just looking at it like this is the imprisonment related to Russia, the fool, possibly related to the fool. And in a way, this is an interesting, because in the Lenormand, you're supposed to read, every time the cards cross, you're supposed to read a narrative. So you could say that oh my God, this is so delicious. I still love this. So please God, make this be true. So it's saying imprisonment to the boss related to Russia. Who could that be? Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, because you know why? It's so cool. Okay. So it may be imprisonment related to the foreign influence and the boss, the crazy, truly foolish boss. But and like I said, you have to read the cards in every crossing, in every sense. So if you look at it, let me just use the Lenormands, because then you'll be much easier to understand what I'm saying here. Okay. So although you could say that the foreign boss, like the boss with the foreign influence, is this one, right? And it showed that he's probably going to go to prison. When you read this as a row like this, the other man, the man who's this one, becomes the boss and goes to the house. So this is so magical, I think, right? Because even though this person, this is not a person, it's a role, right? So it's the boss role. So when that boss that was right here, was influenced by the foreign country, is possibly goes to jail, and we've seen that there was a cut right at the beginning, then another person, this one, becomes the boss and goes to the house. Okay, I'm not saying that, obviously it's impossible to elect Obama again for constitutional reasons, but it's just showing that he goes to the house. Isn't that crazy? How could I can't deny it, right? I can't say no, it's not going to happen, right? The story makes sense. Like I said, guys, you saw how excited I got. Don't get super excited about it. It's just a very great, can you imagine if this actually happens? It will be incredible. So that's what it's showing, really, that. Oh, and this is another amazing. Wait, where's this? Oh yeah, the thing about the plans, just new plans. Okay, so So yeah, it's just kind of amazing. I don't know what else to say. It's pretty shocking. Let me look here. Yeah, so it's like just trying to look at things in different directions. Just using the Lenormand just to show you again. The cut leads to promotion, leads to much better changes, very positive changes, and it leads to Sun, which is also an excellent card. That also, of course, outside of the meaning of illumination and light, it has an excellent meaning. So the cut leads to very positive changes, and that the key here, the important thing, the solution is the loyal man, the man we can trust. Okay, and if you do it like this, you could say the loyal man becomes the boss, or is right. Okay, or just a friendly person or a person we could trust, and so yeah, I think this definitely says that this can happen. Okay, and the question was, will Obama go back to the government in some role right after the Mueller investigation concludes? And I was talking to this person who asked the question. I was saying that I don't want, again, and he said he had a vision that in December the government is going to end. And I said, yes, I had one of my videos that I said it looks like in December. I think it was the Mueller investigation one or the Trump one of those said that I have a feeling everything is going to come to a halt, sort of like as if there's going to be some sort of blackout, like in the sense of like they're going to pull a big break or something, and all of these people are going to come out, and there's going to be a process where several months are going to pass before, I don't know, there are trials and there's all these things, but before all of that happens, they're going to be all of them removed from the White House. Because I remember well the cards and all those situations, it was like that everything came to a halt. Okay, and so what's showing here is that once this halt, again, if all of this happens as the cards have been showing, because by now I've done like 50 readings or something, I have to make a spreadsheet to see what's going to happen, what's the story. But if it's true that the cut, it's showing here, once the cut happens, there's a positive change and the loyal person comes to the house. So it's a matter of two things. When it gets cut, and if it gets cut the way I thought it would get cut, where the whole crew was pulled out, okay. And then number two, it looks like Obama could definitely fit into the storyline, okay. It looks like it's a yes because it's describing exactly everything that would happen. And number three, when I did the readings about Hillary, I saw that she's only going to come towards March or April. And I am not sure that she's going to be the president. But I think she is definitely going to play some sort of advisory role, something like that. I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows, okay? But this would suggest that a lot of the people who are saying that Obama's going to come back, this could be true. And again, I don't want to say, guys, just take everything that I say with a grain of salt. It's not a prophecy, it's not anything like that. But it's showing that definitely it could happen, okay? And that's that. That was just a question, and I answered the question. I think I get really, really super scared with those kinds of like very big deal things that I don't want to make pronouncements. But as long as you take this with a grain of salt, I think it's good. And for me, when I hear these things, I get so, and I felt like I haven't felt this way in a long time. Like I get excited, right? To get away from this cloud situation, right? The light, and it's great. That was the first, like it's saying, the illusions are going to be exposed. So hopefully that really happens in the wider scale, and these people are removed, and then things start again. And the Hillary readings I did today, they showed, and this was a little weird, that I think I'm like so excited if something would happen, really for real happen like that, like Trump would leave. But at the same time, the Hillary reading I think showed that it's going to be bittersweet after, because there's going to be the process of, imagine all these people. I've done 50 readings so far, and I'm not even halfway. There's a lot to do. And imagine like the people, if I either, I'm not obviously like this prosecutor, there must be so many people involved in this. It's going to take years to prosecute all these people and go through all the cases and the money laundering and the whatever happens. So it's just the beginning, and I think we're going to get angrier and more tired before it gets a little bit better. We're going to have to clean up a lot, sounds like. But so that was the question. Okay, guys. Will Obama go back to the government in some capacity after the Mueller investigation? Okay. All right. So that was that. Thanks for watching.